What is casual and what is gold? Leave me the first thing that comes to your head down here in the comments. But I ask you a lot further for yourselves, what is it not to enjoy Genshin and play for another kind of motive? Or what is it to be totally at ease with your account? Leave me in the comments, I will be reading you and giving you little hearts. And today we are going to watch a video not to distance, not to separate, but how to pass from being a player who is not yet satisfied. Neither with his account, nor with what he does, nor does he end up understanding important things about the game, to be a person who enjoys his account and who is totally at ease with what he has. Regardless of whether that for many people is defined as being tryhard, as being goal. But the important thing is to get the maximum performance, both at entertainment and playability level, and that the game really gives you hours of happiness in life, like all the important prejudices about these two assumptions. Yes, it is a guide from being a bad player to being a good player in Genshin Impact. Leave a good like, a good Bennett ulti, subscribe, leave a good comment for algorithm, see you at the live shows, link down here in the description. Welcome and guests, and remember, it's totally free, so give it like, subscribe to bell, and there it is. We're at none of the 150,000, and of course we have to bid on the 200,000 subscribers. So here you are waiting. Let's exploit this video so that any player from Genshin Impact can get better and enjoy much more. And now we are going to pass with the definitive guide of being a bad player and not enjoy with the game. To be a very good player of Genshin Impact for all players. The first and most important point, and this word I said it at the beginning of the intro, there are no two sides to Genshin Impact. In Genshin Impact, what there are prejudices. There are no casuals, and not many people for justifying being casual is more happy or happier with your account. Just like there are no tryhards or meta players, and not for being tryhard or meta players. He's more content with his account. I explain it much further so that you all feel identified. Most players who might be considered casual don't get the most out of their accounts for two main reasons. Reason number one, they can't directly for lack of time because they've entered Genshin for a wrong reason. Because they don't understand that the rules the game sets for all of us are similar to any kind of player. And with this, I talk about the statistics of the teams, the characters, and the challenges. And all of this basically involves a lack of involvement, either voluntary or involuntary. I mean, there's no time for work and so on, or a lack of involuntarily. And the second reason is a little bit worse still. And I'd like the second motive to be an important point in this video to be worked on. And it's just that many casuals are self-justified by the casual word because what they really do is play in a toxic way. With all the letters of the word, and you all know it. People who as soon as they have 160 protogamas throw a desire. People who don't plan. People who are always crying over the networks that they don't get what they want. People who play full impulsivity and full, let's say, irresponsible. And that's part of one's justification to say, I'm casual. But really, as I explained, there are no sides. Now, I am also going to mess with the tryhards and the meta players. The meta players, or the tryhards, basically for a lot of people are people who run out of content. That has, say, more time predisposition to play. But that also has more involvement. That is neither better nor worse. Everything has pros and cons in understanding all the mechanisms of the game. As much, say, exploration, resources, as combat, as character building, and as game challenges. And because of these factors, you can maximize the power to do all this on your account. Now, the meta players also have the bad part that a lot of people take it to the extreme. Many people impose ways of playing in one way or another. Many people understand that, or does not understand rather, that there are different ways to understand the construction of characters. And he says that things are one way, and if not, somehow or other makes you feel bad if you don't do exactly what that other person might want. And there was a wave, mostly related to the Excels, very big, where a lot of people came out super burned, and this, you know, that the whole community of Genshin Impact has lived it, and you recognize it. And so the Excels today have distanced themselves. Genshin Impact. And today you don't see so many Excels, but really what you like. And this is a very good step. It is the experience, the in-game tests, and the own conclusions that can be drawn so that teams have the potential to do it. Where is the balance? In not being carried away by prejudices, or sometimes enjoy Genshin Impact in its purest essence, without worrying about numbers. It's a bad thing, or it's a lack of involvement, or ignorance, or bringing everything to the extreme is a good thing. Healthy or positive for the community. Datas more than anything. Let's go with tips in-game. Like the typical 7 tips video for I don't know what. Do this with your protagomas. Let's go with that, which is what you're waiting for. Well, you have to understand the first point that Genshin is mainly based on 2 key concepts. Characters and teams, period. Why characters and teams? Because what is the main product of the game are the characters. And all of you, however goalful or casual you may be, play for the characters even though each one of you... No, not in those ways. Please, no, this is not a video of that. And these characters are made in a certain way that they have 2 depths. Not those, but 2 very large depths in it. The subconscious of the people who play the game and very elaborate and work that are the parrot. Personality, appearance and design, which goes the most emotional part and the technical part of programming. That are numbers, construction, critical proportions, and so on. And all this fits into the teams. Teams are basically both to explore and to go to the abyss. And for whatever you want in the whole game. The way you use the characters you have in your account to play. There's a lot of casuals who play and understand that Bennett is strong. That Kazuha is strong, that the supports are better than the Karis and many meta player, then in the end we don't even use equipment. Because we pass the abysses with only 1 character per room, because we know how to take that to the fullest potential, as you are seeing here on screen and as I have done several times with a lot of abysses and characters. Here the tip is basically that when you understand this, you will understand that you don't even have to wear. As I said before, all to the extreme being goal, and that this is more than anything spectacle, entertainment, and that goes no further. The theme of passing 1 and 1, for example, the abysses, and at the same time, very casual, that you are to understand a minimum of the rules of the game that we all play with. That is, the recharge of energy, the critical proportions, the construction of the artifacts, the numbers and the stats, and you have to be minimally understood with this for, at a minimum, goal, to pass all the challenges of the game, including the abyss, in order to be able to collect all those resources that these challenges give you, so that by being able to have all the resources at your disposal, in your hand, in your account, you can maximize your experience, even if you want to go up to Sinyan, to Dori, to Shiwain, and to all that is considered Pocho. This is the first tip, and it is very important that you understand it. Second tip, exploration and content. Here we go back to the same thing. To bring is not to pass the whole map to 100%, nor to have all the chests of each area, neither having all the collectibles nor hidden achievements. Just like being casual does not mean, and it's very erroneously understood, to have your account made a mess with 20% zones. With anxiety that this I will explore when Shilanen comes out, that as I will have anxiety to take out the character, and I do not have protogemas, I will explore myself by obligation. There is no such difference. Again, it is a prejudice and a construct between them all. Genshin players, on the one hand, from the casual self-shunting, and on the one hand, bringing them to try to prove something. That doesn't prove anything either. And I say that I have 100% in all areas of the map. Scanning and content work as follows. There are more boring things to do, like dating or some legendary missions, and things that players more or less usually like in general, as it could be exploration or puzzles, which is common to video games, and the little lights and rewards that generate dopamine, which are usually when you open a chest or when you throw in the gacha. Well, here you have to understand the following, and again is the balance. A point and a tip that is to go doing things for you. Own initiative. Go doing the exploration and the content, even if sometimes you can. Let's say something doesn't like it very much, proactively and gradually, so we don't leave it all to the end. And you will realize that it gives much more satisfaction to know on some points that you have most things done. Even if you don't eat all the content, don't get to the point, it's that there's no content. Maybe, why do I notice you? But little by little you are on course and in pace to do all that, and that you even apply that minimum percentage of constancy and discipline to the game. That then will give you a lot more real reward of seeing a well-built character, or feeling that you keep an account a day and very good account, above the reward or instant gratification of the tickling from the banner or there. Little lights with the proto-games and the sounds. Number 1 and number 2. Don't leave everything bad for the end. That's not being casual, that's being a craving, that's playing in an ultra-toxic way. Don't leave everything unexplored and wait alone to explore without desire when there is a character, and you literally explore for taking out proto-gamers because you're watching for anxiety. That's going to start generating rejection. It's going to start generating a mini trauma with things that perhaps you would like it, and the fact of, for example, many of you do. Bruise the legendary ones before you came in, NATLAN by NATLAN hype and new characters, or rub the exploration. Before a got character like Silonen or Mavuika because you have no proto-gamers, you will increase the toxic relationship with the game, and you will increase the refusal to do things that you do not want in your own. And the more that happens, the more you're going to be on the side of the mini anxiety player who just plays for little lights, like if you were literally a little kid looking for stimuli, and that's too bad to be a gambler, be it casual or try-hard. And for the counterpart, and to end the same with the theme, try hard. It is better to bring things chill even if they are up to date, eh? Want to make an effort to have everything 100% that doesn't motivate you or illusion, eh? Just because you're a try-hard and you end up too bored that you have no content. No. It is better to go little by little, and personally the game is quite well programmed too. That you have as a continuous unlocked capillo to do things. To finish this tip, I explain NATLAN so that everyone, it is true that from the first few weeks the 408 chests and 108 pyroclays can be removed. It is true that there have been missions that can be done both the first days and some that are to make a recurring journey. For 3 or 4 days to unlock like a chest that is in the video that is here on screen 100% of all. NATLAN that I explain all this to you. But we have limited, for example, the reputation of the guilds to draw the compass. Literally the next Monday, or if you're watching this video on Monday today, you can pull out the compass, and for those who don't, we see the interactive map. Personally, we have 300 and peak of chests, and those that we lack, maybe we want to take them out without. The compass and apart, just all this is gradually unlocked in NATLAN, and it's a week left for Silonen RE. Wow, looks like it's square, so we're not bored in the end, but practically every day we have a little bit more. If this is a design and programming job so that people like each other, have things every day. A lot of people this week are gonna grab the compass that just got unlocked, and this last week, until Silonen comes out, he's gonna be crazy taking out chests. And this is a normal game thing that even the tryhards can take advantage of. Next point, resources. Lots of people happen to you the same thing you don't even want to understand how they work. They want to grow everything. So let's say not proactive but reactive is to say the last day, I pull out a character on the first day because maybe I can't play it with my own character. I'm starting to understand what I need you to do. I don't have any mini resin. I spend it. I don't order myself, not to manage capable. I start to accumulate laziness because still the talents to put crown I have. And spending a lot of resin, I see it cost me a lot and spend several days. And in the end, when I get to the point, the artifacts that
Are you serious?
And I don't want to spend artifact resin anymore because I'm bored, and that happens to a lot of people for someone else. Side the pre-farming, so let's say extreme, and then the character will come out different, and your pre-farming won't work for that way. Say it can also affect many players, but there is a middle ground you can try to go slowly. And so let's say To intertwine between the best explore or take out 100% doing things you don't like getting flowers out of Shilonen yet. There's a week and you can pre-farm it, you can go see how it works, and maybe it's not taking out a complete set already personally. I have a complete set already for Shilonen, but if you can go, even if it's blocking defense items, blocking items maybe. A helmet of the probability set if you wear it with Favonius, and then when it comes out maybe you spend a day uploading items and seeing everything you've blocked. That can serve, but you can build up artifact experience and you can go. Give you an idea or a plan of what will serve the other side, the other end, because it is not good either, because maybe you know the character the first day you raise it, you play it, you have a set, you have it all bored because the first week you already exploded the whole character, let's say, and you have nothing more to do here is they'll tell him Phil, but you're describing what you're doing. You are ready, but I'm creator most game players, but people watching this video are not creators, you are not going to be. The situation in which we say that for job in quotation marks because this is a blessing and a privilege is not a job. If it's a job because of the involvement you get, but it's more a blessing and a privilege. I have to teach the character. Do test teams teach everything I can, and for me it is very good to have perfect on the first day, but this does not. Is the situation of 99.9% of players then live the process and enjoy it when it comes to resources and characters. Enjoy the more players in games in impact that do things proactive and do not reactivate the more players. Understand all the methods that the game has to make you anxiety mini and that you understand all these micro subtleties that generate dopamine, as I say. Lighty colors sounds when you open a chest comes out protogamas without. Go further is the perfect example, or throw it on the banner and get Dorado Dito, and that comes the day of the spins of A, and that you are nervous as when on Christmas as a little boy came either Saint Claus or some other gift, and that you feel those nerves in your stomach, and you feel that cold of having anxiety that's bad at games in. That's a very big game, very nice. And the game as such is a good project. You have to enjoy it in the best possible way, and in the positive way be anxious. Or being shaking when a banner comes in isn't enjoying, is being anxious a game can't provoke you, that can provoke you. That a real human being who has the courage to talk to your crash and make an important decision in life, that best have those nerves because you did an investment operation or a large amount of money and know that if it works, well, a project, a business can give your family a life resolution that should in real life spend your energies and your hormones in getting those ways of really getting nervous or having a minimum of anxiety, and not a little game. That a little game are pixels of Chinese monkeys, and as I say in many videos, maybe in 5 years Earth on servers and it is over and does not exist. It's not good for anything and it's in the background. It hasn't changed a lot of people's lives in any way. I know it has, and it's distracted them, and he's taken him out of his well, and so forth. But let's just say this isn't a transcendent thing in anyone's life. The real scope of life is out of this game, so break the mental prejudices. Don't seek to separate the players. Between casuals and goal players, don't think you want to generate sides, and above all casuals stick to the same rules that all the other goals with, say, the best characters of the game, Kazuha, Forina, Nahida, Noveleta, Alekino, and by far casual, that it is surely you play Bennett without QVCI Anglin. At least 2 of these 3 are kooky, and you understand a team of Hyperlim and the other counterpart do not have to harass or insist, but in any case be respectful and educate the best. A better environment, and above all, we will have some players who understand and enjoy the game a lot more, so little. Plus, this is the video. Left a good like a good Bennett. Last subscribe, leave a good comment for the rhythm. Thank you for enjoying and watching the video on the channel. Remember, and cost us nothing, is totally free. Helps a lot to the channel that's positioned, and the video is recommended if this video specifically you liked, and you have come very much to share it like to everything that what. Maybe it's free for you because it's really 2 seconds for you. It's gonna be amazing for the entire channel team we're following. Growing up and making Genshin a game and making the community a better community, and a little bit more careful to have.